Well, how about the other member of the Colossal Connection in Haku?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Haku.
gotta you gotta say a good Haku story because his toughness is that of legend.
One of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. He if you were down and needed something and you asked him, Haku, can I do, he'd be the first one there to help you and do whatever you want to do.
Wow.
And yeah, just a gentleman. And what's funny is you'd go out at night, you'd have a few beers or whatever, and people would pick on him. And it was like, when you look at him, you'd go, who in the right mind would pick on him? And he would always say, please, please, just leave us alone. We just want to, And then the guys would just egg him on and egg him. And pretty soon he'd have the look on his face. It's like, Haku, yeah, don't even worry about it. And the next thing you know, I watched him one night. He he warned this guy, I don't know how many times, please leave us alone. And he was treating this girl really bad that used to, give us rides and everything. And he said something to that girl, and he stood up and kicked the guy in the chest. And the guy flew, I bet, 10 feet in the air, and I'm not exaggerating, and landed. And he sat back down and finished what he was talking about like nothing even happened. And we were like, holy shit, I mean, but he didn't want to do that, you know.
Yeah,
He
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 had
was just
to.
he was a gentleman. And I suppose people thought, well, I'm going to try this big son of a gun, and if I beat him, I'm the greatest. But if I lose, I just lost to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see him on the road now, and the first thing he does is Barry, and gives me a big
Oh,
hug, and I mean, he's that nice of a guy. You know,
that's
I
nice.
love him. Yeah,
It's cool that he's able to have those two sides, but and like reluctantly he protected that woman. That's great.
yeah, yeah. So you know, and all the guys are the same. It's not just him that does that. It's I would do the same thing. Bill would do the same. All of us. Sometimes you got to scrap, and you
Yeah.
know. So whenever you hear, somebody wants to hear a story about him, and you tell the story, he's not the only one that gets picked on and things happen. You
Right.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, all of us have gone through things where we've had to hit people and kick people, and So I don't want to make it sound like that's what he does,
Oh no,
because he
no, of
doesn't.
course. Yeah, that's
You
no,
know,
that makes sense. Absolutely. Haku is just one of many. Any of you would have done what he did.
Rewind, recap, relive for over 50 episodes. The revolutionary force in wrestling interview.